Welcome everyone, Dr. Thor here, and get ready for Gnosis. Well, I want to go over some tips for our very popular scalar radionic unit called the survival unit. It's priced for everybody, and everybody should have this. It's the lowest priced scalar radionic tool ever offered to the public. And we try very hard to keep our prices down so everyone can get this tool and other ones that are very inexpensive. And we've always done this as the first organization to ever offer metaphysical radionic products to the public, publish books in that area, etc. Number one that we've been doing for over 40 years. The only organization on the planet ever to have a radionic store, retail store, that ran for 3 years. So we have that in our history, along with so many other things that you're not aware of because you follow a bunch of stooges, at least some of you do. Now, we want to talk about this unit and how we operate so people get it very clear. Number one is that you are sent products generally directly from a manufacturer. Instead of us collecting all this together, going through double costs of shipping, hiring personnel, and going through all the work and time to do that, why double ship everything? So we have everything shipped from the manufacturer, so you will get multiple packages. Now, this is pretty common right now because, Amazon does the same thing. Amazon has millions of suppliers, and while some of their stuff is kept in a warehouse, you get packages. If you go to Amazon, and this happens to me all the time, if you go to Amazon and you get 5 or 10 items, well, you're probably going to get 5 or 10 boxes. This is a minor confusion for a big payoff. If we had to pay double shipping and hire personnel and everything else to repack the stuff and send it to you, the boxes, everything that goes with it, which people in business don't understand, our prices would be double and triple. So all you've got to really do is wait until you get the components that are coming to you. We are usually tell you that you're going to get X number of packages, some coming from China, some coming from the US, and there will be a certain delay in getting some of these things. You wait until you get everything, then you put it together. It's very simple. Now, with this particular survival unit, you get our fantastic wood, high quality, a radionic symbolic box. Now, this just isn't a little pretty picture on here. This actually embedded in it has all sorts of empowerment designs that empower the process of what is known as scalar energies and radionics. Something that's very misunderstood in general. These are not electromagnetic energies in any way. Scalar is not electromagnetic, and neither has the radionics ever been electromagnetic because none of the machines work on electricity. At the very least, if you do have an electric machine, it powers the light. I mean, Bruce Copeland was famous for just having electricity going through a light that you'd push a switch on to act like it was on. But underneath here is not just this cool pattern. As I said, there's multi patterns of powerful radionic machines, which is how all this works in a, quote, symbolic. But all radionics is symbolic, people, so don't let that fool you. The other thing you get is you get 2 very important scalar energy discs. This is a broadcasting disc. This amplifies and transmits the energy you're going to place in your box. This here is another, mostly antenna to amplify what you're doing. It doesn't broadcast, it amplifies. This basically is broadcast. This doesn't have any writing on it in telling you what it is. This does. It says broadcasting disc. It has the special code on it that activates it and says used for general broadcasting. Now, this is used in a lot of devices because it's general broadcasting, which we all need. That all works in combination with the symbol on here and what's embedded in it. Now, these come from the United States, and you're going to get 2 of these together. This is what's called a 7.8 to 8 hertz generator. This is that magical frequency that assists manifestation. So it opens up for manifesting. but there's a little misunderstanding of how these things work in terms of it. But there has been a lot of studies that all the people who manifest out there, shamans, psychics, healers, whatever you do at a high level, even people that are very skilled in musical instruments or pretty much anything they do, even mathematicians that are, quote, very skilled at it, their brain frequencies go into this actual frequency, 7.8 to 8. It's in that area. 7.8 is being a little bit ridiculous. It's an 8 Maxwell frequency that is created. So, but this is the energy. Now, this is a unit that is made in China. It's very nice. I've used these for years. They work well. They have a nice little battery in them. You have your little on and off here that you see. And these will come from China. They usually arrive pretty quickly within 2 to 3 weeks, depending on many factors. But they're real nice. They're sturdy. You will also get a charging cord with it. Now, this has a USB charging cord that we use pretty much for everything. So you plug this into your computer, or you plug this into a plug that you plug into a regular outlet. I'm assuming we all know how to use that. It does come with that cord, so all you've got to do is have it to be able to plug into some device that you have. Once you charge this up, which takes a couple of hours, this usually runs for anywhere from 3 to 4 days. Very, very simple. And you'll see that when you turn this on, and there's a little on and off switch here, that the light comes on. The blue light comes on here that starts to flash. When you're charging this light is red. And it turns blue when it is completely charged. So it's very easy to know that. Once it's flashing like this, it means it's working. So this is now putting out that very particular manifesting frequency. Now, everything in life manifests on planet Earth from this frequency, because that's the frequency of the atmosphere. It's not coming from the Earth, but it's a frequency of the atmosphere. And where does everything manifest? From your mundane to your high-level empowerment? Well, it manifests in the atmosphere. So plants grow in the atmosphere ultimately. Everything that happens, what you think, and so forth, all comes from the atmosphere. So it's not coming from the Earth. It's not coming from space. This is all the atmosphere. The bubble we live in is this frequency, and this is what empowers all the species here. This makes things grow. This makes everything manifest. So you're opening up what is a difficult frequency for manifesting. Now, in general, it's hard to maintain this frequency or to concentrate it so that you can start manifesting. So that's what these are supplied for. Now, years ago, there were things out there called chi generators and other things. They all put out this energy, but unfortunately, they were toxified with some really toxic, evil energies that came from orgonite. So the whole idea, but that's not what these are. And of course, nobody in history, certainly shamans and kahunas and all the powerful psychics and healers out there, they never used, quote, orgone, even though original orgone by Wilhelm Reich is very interesting, but nobody really ever used that. That's a new reality. They're using, and they've been tested, particularly by Bob Beck, who went around the world and tested all of these people who did amazing things. Their brain all went into 7.88 hertz. Simple as that. So what you've got in this beautiful little thing, thanks to the Chinese, these are well made. They last for years and years. And I've been using these for years and years. I haven't had a single one break on me. And they will last for several days. So you don't have to worry about these charging all the time, but you do want to make sure they're working. If they're not, then you take them out and charge them up. The short break in time and everything else is not that critical. So you're going to get one of these. This arrives, as I said, 2 to 4 weeks after that. You get a box that, again, these are custom made to order, and these come from the United States, and they take, again, about 2 weeks. These, again, take about 2 weeks, about 10 days to get these as well, and these, of course, come from the United States. So when you get your stuff, you unpack it, and you can wait to get everything or not. It's up to you. Now, the actual antenna, now these boxes perfectly fit these discs. It's a little tight here, but that's exactly what they do. So you get this disc and you press it into, and they press in there. So it's a perfect fit. You got to press it a little bit, and that's nice because it holds the disc in there. Now, the broadcasting disc goes at the bottom. Simple as that. So this is what it should look like. Your broadcasting disc at the bottom, your antenna disc and amplifying disc. This is the famous multi-wave oscillator disc, very powerful, goes in here. Then you have your 8 hertz, Maxwell, your 8 Maxwell generator. Hertz was a thieving, robbing scumbucket. So the whole idea is that we have to understand what's going on there. So with that, once you have all that, you're ready to go almost. What you're going to need is a photograph. I highly recommend that everybody invest in a Polaroid type camera. They're generally called Fuji cameras, Insta, but any Polaroid type camera, that name is used by many now, but I recommend people get the Sharper Image instant camera off of eBay, which you can get for anywhere from about $7 up to about $35. And I see new ones up there all the time for $20. They're all the same camera. And for one reason or another, the Sharper Image camera did not sell well, and you can pick them up everywhere. I've even heard of them being in Walmart for very cheap prices. That's what you should get. People didn't know what that camera was and they didn't buy it, but you can get it online, a brand new one in the package. I just saw it a couple of days ago for $20. I guess it was additional shipping. So it's very important that you use this because this holds your energy in it. Regular pictures do not. 35 millimeter, doesn't matter the resolution or any of that. None of that stuff really works. It's not holding any energy. So don't believe ignorant buffoons that tell you different. So getting one of those cameras is highly recommended. And as I said, you can get one as cheap as you can. Now the film is available everywhere as well. And just look for the cheapest film. They all use the same film, which is this type of film. And this is where the actual chemicals are that grab the photons and hold them. Very, very important. This gets a very strong, what's called a witness or a connection to you. So by having a connection to you, the only thing stronger than this is your cosmic code, or the number that I come up with using advanced technologies that represents your energy field in the universe. That's the only thing stronger than this, which does the same as this and even on some levels better, but I even like to use both. That would then be placed right there. The other thing you would do is that you would actually write on a piece of paper what you desire. And be specific and be realistic. So the whole idea is that, if you need $1,000, you write down, I need $1,000. You don't write down, I need $1 million, because that you don't understand the laws of manifesting if you do things like that. If you play the lottery all the time, you can put there, help me win the lottery. Or I have won the lottery. Generally, you state things as they have already happened because your consciousness doesn't understand if, maybe, when. Well, how does your mind see that? That is fantasy. And when you get into the fantasy reality, your consciousness will not manifest for you. If you phrase things like, I have won the lottery, I have won the whatever lottery you play, and sometimes it's very good to be very detailed. I'm winning the Pick 6 $1 million lottery. I have won the Pick 6 lottery of Mississippi. So sometimes it's good to be like that because that's now you're defining it and energies can work better that way. Well, I want to, I will, this kind of stuff. Well, you're putting this in the aspect of unsure and non-manifest. It's a futuristic desire, and putting things in the future doesn't work well. It's not, your consciousness doesn't see the future coming to you. It manifests here and now. So you'd write that on there, you'd put that on top of your generator, you put your photograph on top of it, and you're done. You close your box and so forth. Now, we do highly recommend that you get our more advanced units that have lasers connected, and we have professional desktop units, and they're very inexpensive, where you can actually get yourself a laser. And we do have, excuse me. And that professional unit also comes with a mini amplifier, a mini tube amplifier. So you're getting some of the best tools in the world for Scalar radionics. Lasers and amplifiers of a tube nature. You get all that for, guess what, people? Under $300. It's mind-blowing. But we're able to do this because of the system I just showed you and not having double shipping and having people have to handle everything. Everything we do is done to the highest state of efficiency that I've done for 40 years as the official expert in this field unequivocally for the last 40 years in this area. I've been researching for 55 years. So we got to keep that all in mind. So we do recommend that you get, now you can add these on, but it's better to get the professional desktop unit to start off with. It's a small investment for a lifetime use. Remember, this is going to be something you use all the time. Now, your actually written request that you put in here can be used for anything. Feeling bad? Oh, I am well now. Thank you. You put in there. So again, you want to state things as they are. So you can use this for your general health. You can use it for prosperity, protection. Let's say it's you traveling. I've returned from my completely safe. I returned from my vacation completely safe. So that was the best safe flight I've ever had. So as I said, you want to phrase things, which is a little odd because we're always saying if, when, maybe. I have trouble with that even now because that's what you've had for years to do that. So no matter what you do in life, you should be doing this. And you can do things, you got to think, as I said, this is a tips video as well. You want to protect the things you have in life. You can put in there, I have steady income. My income is still steady and wonderful. I have a fantastic relationship I'm thankful for. All the type of things you want to talk as if it's already happened, not pending. So you use this for everything, and you should be changing it. It depends on what your desires are. Now, manifesting success in career and other things require consistent energy. But there is one thing that everybody misses out there, and this is of not understanding how these units work entirely. And that these are basically, this is a disc-based system. So instead of having a bunch of complicated dials and things that almost nobody can dial correctly unless you're a skilled professional, everything we do is based on discs. And these discs are lifetime discs. They're very powerful and they're very better than using your own personal, quote, rates by turning a dial. Now, turning a dial is fraught with problems and hardly anybody can do it right. Secondly, it's very limited. You usually only get one number and there's no other energies in there other than that number. And of course, you're getting that symbolic representation when you put it into a dial radionic machine. Now, all of our machines work on these disc principles. Here's one for Crown of Success. Now, chronic success is good for all success, money, relationships, etc. It's one thing that tends to help people manifest very well. You've got your classic radionic type number here. You have also a image, and there are many, many images in here. You're only seeing one here. But underneath here, we've embedded, very similar to the process that we do with our boxes here, we embed all sorts of other energies in there for success and success only. You name it, it's probably in there. The other great thing we do is on the back of these, because these are basically CDs, we put in there a specially coded sound waves for producing success in your life. It is not digital information alone, and it's not words or other things. This is a special type of sound energy, a frequency that then stimulates this particular need, which is success. So these are disc-based systems. So as you get a system, you can certainly use your written commands there, and you use that anyway. But if you want these to work at the highest possible level, you have to use the discs. And that's for whatever it is. And we have discs for everything. You just go to our formula page, and we have formulas that are oils and incenses and powders. But we also have every one of our formulas has this particular type of disc and what you do, and it's designed for it. And this is what's so beautiful about this system. And there are many updated discs you can get. So, and you just slide it right on top of the other one. It fits in perfectly. It's really a fantastic system I've come up with here. Highly engineered over many years of research, study, and tens of thousands of dollars. So you use the disc. Right now it's success. It could be protection. It could be love drawing. It could be health. Whatever it is that you want to bring into your life on that scalar energy level. You can also amplify what you're doing. Well, here's basically, this is a pyramid energy design. This pyramid energy design is gives a huge boost of power. So while this brings in multi-wave oscillator energy and so forth, well, you can add this is like having a 100-foot pyramid. What do you do with it? You insert it right in the top here. Now you can see how easy and wonderful this system is. Anytime you want to change anything, you just pull it out. Well, there's a tight in here, so you're going to have to do a little bit of pulling sometimes, but that's the beauty of it. It holds tight, and these will not fall out. So for something like this, which is a general energy, just like this antenna is a general energy, you need, that goes in the top. Specific energies and broadcast energies go in the bottom. Comprende, everybody? Super easy. No dials to turn, no of that nonsense, which you will not do right in these fake machines that have nothing in them. They're just dials with a little bit of wires in them. They do absolutely nothing. They're just strictly psychic crutches. This is not a psychic crutch. This is actual pyramid energy. This is actual multi-wave oscillator energy that you get when you have underneath here. So all of that is part of the entire process. These are actual designs that produce energy, just like a pyramid produces energy. They just don't produce electromagnetic. So but they produce scalar energy that creates everything. So you have that, then you put your pyramid energy in there, and you're set to go. Now, you can put many discs underneath here, but you generally have to work on one area at a time, or it's difficult to manifest. So if you put love in here and protection on top of this, well, you are draining the energy. It's not really a good idea. You just can't handle that. But you're welcome to change these. Now, we recommend that you keep something in a unit for at least 7 days. After 7 days, you can go from success to protection, and it's a good idea to change these. Life needs a lot of protection. If you're seeking relationships and so forth, you're going to need a relationship disc here to bring people to you. So, I mean, these are disc systems, so don't misunderstand that as well. So once you've put your discs in here, you then put your generator back there, and you should specify here in a little written thing, crown of success. I want success. I have success in business. I'm making $5,000 a week. You'd write that on there if that's what your request is. I've met the perfect person, etc. So, and then of course you put your picture on top of there to do that. If you know your cosmic code, you can write that on there and put your cosmic code in there as well. And of course, these come with different tools, particularly our tech, manifesting energy cells, which you wear and carry with you. And everything works together. You could put, if you have one of those pendants, you could put that in there as well. And you could put other things in here as long as it fits, if they are applicable to what you desire. Maybe you have something that's very lucky, or something that helps draw money to you, or you want to even energize. Maybe you want to put your business card in here. That's going to send that prosperity energy to your business and yourself who's on the card. So feel free to do that. I mean, there are some hard and fast rules. You need to use this. You got to make sure that this is working. But you can add things into it. You have a crystal you want to put in there. You have stones that generate those kind of energies. Well, go ahead and put those in there. It's really not a problem. Now, you cannot, as I said, go for multi-items at the same time. You can't put success, love, and protection all together. You also generally can't use this for more than one person. So this is the other problem. There just is not enough energy. Manifesting requires huge amounts of energy. If you pack your whole family in here, it's generally not going to work. So you really have to have a unit for each person in your family to get maximum empowerment for it. Now, if it's a few things you can use in general, but you're still going to decrease the energy, is that if you were using protection, you could put your whole family in here and use that for protection. So that's going to help, but it's still going to lessen it. You got all these people in there. It means that this small machine has to handle that. And this is really not designed. This is not one of our more professional units with big amplifiers like you see here. And if you don't have an amplifier and you're not using a laser, well, you even have less energy. But everybody should have this type of tech. And it's very, very inexpensive and something you can use every day. It's a machine you should use for the rest of your life. One of the other tips of using this, of course, is that you can actually put a tea light on top of here. Now, you don't use candles per se, you use tea lights. Those are those little candles in those aluminum, which I don't have in front of me here. That you can then put on it. Put it in a holder because you don't want to in any way hurt your box. Put it in a holder, put it on top here, and light it. Let it do that. It's a good thing to do once a week. That'll get more energy in there. There is something about candles burning that goes back to ancient times and even modern times that has a great energetic effect. And if you're not using a laser and an amplifier, you need more energies. Why do things don't manifest and how long does it take to manifest? Well, this is very dependent upon your level of manifesting. Now, most people, everybody is crossed. So meaning that you're blocked in life and you have to remove those blockages. That's why being uncrossed. And there are uncrossing discs you can put in here as well. So these are all critical areas that people should be using. And I'll show you. Here's our major uncrossing disc, which you can order. This comes in our Trinity set. Master uncrossing code. This is coming from one of our mini machines. I can use these on their own. But these are the type of things you'd have put in there. And that's a critical disc to have, is the uncrossing disc. And you can find that on the formula page as well. So you got to work on these areas. This is your spiritual well-being and health. While we all need to work on our physical realities, your physical realities are also very dependent upon your spiritual empowerments. People tend not to get well. People tend not to be successful if their spiritual energies are clogged or blocked. Now, in most traditions outside of the primitive modern Western reality, the Tibetans believe that all illness is connected to some sort of negative entity or demon. So if you go into Tibetan medicine, they remove the demon. You could call this the negative energy connected to that illness or problem, as well as treating you in the physical reality. So they do both, and I'm a big fan of this. And of course, this organization specializes in working in those spiritual areas. So if you're not taking care of your spiritual health and cleanliness, most likely you're not going to be successful or well, period. It all combines together. It's a giant soup. We could call this a holistic way of looking at things, which was a term used years ago. I don't know if it's still used in this day and age. The whole idea is you have to look at the whole thing, and you're part of that whole thing, and you need to take that in. And that's what this technology does. This technology works on the spiritual aspects of everything so that everything can come together and work for you at the highest and best levels. It's super easy to use, but remember, these are disc-based units. You need discs to put into them. If you're just writing your own little commands there, well, this tends not to work as well. Certainly, you can start off that way. And again, you want to use the candles. And every day, you look at your box and you basically draw the energy from it. Now, energy is drawn through the left and goes out the right. You put your left hand on it and you draw the energy to you. You see, you visualize, and you visualize for probably about 5 seconds of the results that you want. Do things at high enthusiasm for short periods of time often. You can do that as much as you want as put your hand on the box and bring the energy to you. Because the energy is all there. It's going to you through the photograph. But the more you can draw it into your body directly, the better. So that's the way you use it. Can't get any easier. This is another fantastic breakthrough that I have engineered over my 55 years of research working in this field as being the expert in the field with the author of 35 books, 5 courses. I've been on CNN, BBC, The Art Bell Show, etc. The bottom line is that I am the expert in this area and produce the best products. Don't let other people con you. And all my products are proven. They all work. Now, how much they work for you individually is dependent on so many things. How fast manifestation? Well, what are your blockages? What are you trying to do? Do you understand the laws of manifestation? Meaning, do you have channels where stuff can come you? You want money? Do you expect to open your door and find a bucket of cash in front of you? Do you expect to find that perfect mate when you leave your house in the morning to go to work, standing on the walkway? Well, if you're thinking like that, you're living in Gaga land. And the other thing is that a lot of people will tell you this to sell you high-priced junk. Life isn't like that. The fact that you can use tech like this and manifest above your normal is amazing in itself. And people feel the energies. They have amazing results with all this tech, considering they have no other options. But there are no magic lamps in life. You're not going to rub this design and something's going to pop up in front of you. It doesn't work like that. You have to build the energy around you so you become a magnet for whatever that energy is. Is it relationships? Is it money? Is it success or ability? You want to be smarter, better, pass tests. All of that is part of the reality that you have to do, and you have to use a powerful disc with this as well. So those are something that anybody who gets any of our technology should be slowly investing in. And they all come in a professional case like this, all wrapped up from the manufacturer. These are great things that last a lifetime. But you need your discs for whatever you're working on. And we have discs just about for everything. I found a few little holes I'm trying to fill in here so that people have something for everything. But you have to use the energy discs. Just writing something down is a very low energy, especially for most beginners that get units like this. So if you're looking for success and other things, make sure you start investing in the discs. They're approximately $30 each, and you use them for life. It's not like you're going to throw these away. So you want to build up having as many of these as your life is pertained to. And people are going to need several of these because we go through different phases of our lives. There's times when we need money. There's times when we need health. There's times when we need spiritual empowerment. All of this stuff is there. Protection and so forth. A lot of people come under attack from negative people, entities, etc. You need a good protection energy disc. And of course, getting our Trinity system, which gives you 3 of the major hears on crossing, chakra opening, and protection, is something everybody should have. So these are the things you add extra. How fast everything manifests, again, is dependent upon your own personal situation and what channels you have open to you. Well, how is money going to come to you? How is that going to happen? So what are you going to do to change your life? You have to be active. These energies then take active, progressive movements and magnify them to unbelievable degrees so they make sure things happen for you. But if you're sitting on your sofa expecting to make money or to meet somebody, it won't work. So I hope everybody's enjoyed that. As usual, we are available all the time. You have any kind of questions, just email us, and we usually get back to people very quickly on business days. Remember, the weekends, we tend not to work. We have to take breaks. But the whole idea is we'll get back to you very quickly. We constantly check our emails and answer people because we just can't let them sit or we would have hundreds. So we answer quickly. We take care of the situations you need. So you should never feel like this may be very mystical to you. It's not, and we're here to help you through the entire process. And this is something that's a lifetime tool. Slowly update it, get the lasers, the amplifiers, the discs you need, and you can take a base model like this and make it into a fantastic unit that other people would charge you tens of thousands of dollars for. Don't get fooled by a bunch of garbagey junk that look like computers with a sharp computer on the front of it, or something that has 50 dials that you could never, ever tune, and that really do nothing anyway. Get the good stuff. Get real. Real tech is tech that works, that's easy to use, and that's affordable, and that's what we give you. So As I said, any questions, feel free to contact me. Until next time, and remember, there is no reality until the manifesting scientist creates it, and that's you.